Hi, this is Shelley Craft. We're coming to you live on SNNLive. We're at the Hard Asset Conference, and we're in San Francisco. I have Al Shefsky. We're going to do an update. It's Pele Mountain Resources, like the soccer player. GEM on the TSX venture. Al, welcome back to SNNLive.
Shelley, it's a pleasure to be back again with you.
Okay, so what's new?
Well, we've made a lot of progress since we saw you last. Last week we announced that with a new processing method we're able to boost the recoveries of the rare earths, in the case of the light rare earths by more than tenfold, and in the case of the heavy rare earths by more than double. So it's going to have a profound impact on the project. The way we achieve that is by focusing on the monazite, which is the mineral that hosts the rare earths, and using an acid baking process, as opposed to the way that things have been done historically in Elliott Lake. For 4 decades they mined the area, and we were using a processing method in our first preliminary economic assessment that was based on leaching and bioleaching, which has worked successfully in Elliott Lake in the past, but it optimized for uranium recovery, and it got only very poor recovery of the heavy and light rare earths. So by changing to a processing method that is focused on the monazite, we can boost those rare earth recoveries dramatically, and that should have a really big impact on the project.
Monazite sounds like monetized to me.
It's monazite, and it is pretty close to monetized. You're right. And this is a great project. Elliott Lake was the only mining camp in Canada that actually produced rare earth oxides commercially in the past, and obviously was the uranium capital of the world historically. So we've got both. We've already completed a preliminary economic assessment, so it's a very advanced project. And now with this new breakthrough, I'll call it, in the processing method that we're using, this will have a very big impact on the amount of rare earths that we recover.
Is this your own technology?
Oh, no. This is standard off-the-shelf technology. It's being used today for processing monazite and other monazite mines around the world, in China, for example. It's a very straightforward process, just acid baking, and we're lucky that way. Monazite is a mineral that's readily processed, easy if you use this method.
So how are your offtake contracts going?
Oh, right now we own 100% of the project, and we've basically not entered into any offtake agreements yet. We're trying to keep all of the rights together because, frankly, we are in discussions with potential end users, and we're looking at different ways of potentially financing the licensing and feasibility work and the development of this mine.
Have you found any other benefits from doing the new process?
There are environmental benefits, absolutely. There's the way that the tailings will be left on the surface will be far better because this process separates out the mineralization. The first stage of the process is crushing and grinding, and then concentration. So we can concentrate about more than 90% of the mineralization into less than 20% of the ore mass, and that will reduce the costs as we go forward with the acid baking. And there are many benefits, not just the economics of the project and the benefits to increasing the recoveries of the rare earths. Most of the value in the project does come from, in the rare earth, in the case of the rare earths, most of the value comes from neodymium, dysprosium, and yttrium, which are all critical rare earths. And so really this will be a very important deposit to beginning to address the solution of the shortage of the rare earths in the rest of the world outside of China.
Well, I bet we hear more about your company in the near future. What is the website?
It's www.pelemountain.com. That's P-E-L-E mountain.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, a great update from Al Shefsky of Pele Mountain Resources, symbol GEM on the TSX Venture Exchange. Welcome again. Thank you for coming on to SNNLive. It's always a pleasure.
Thanks for having me.